students in Asia. Have you ever heard like students committing suicide because of the academic pressure? Do you see those like cases happening in your own country?
No, in my country.
No.
If there's suicide, it's probably not from academic pressure, probably some other kind of social pressure, maybe bullying.
The Americans are very special in this regard.
哎呦，亚洲教育的 stereotype， 第一个太恐怖了 ，fear-based teaching。你如果没有考上，你一辈子就会完蛋。
我爸就是这样子威胁我的。When I was little, because my parents are Indonesian, my father threatened me. If I didn't get myself into a medical school, I will be sent back to Indonesia to be a farmer.
Okay, that's
to be a farmer.
Welcome to our amazing talk show. Hey, Eko, we've both studied abroad. You in the UK, me in the US and the UK both. And then in terms of the educational systems, do you find any difference between so-called the Western ones and the one in Taiwan?
Name one thing that is similar. I would just sum up the Taiwanese education. It's like a concentration camp.
Oh no, it's not that bad. At least Without you don't get killed, alright?
You are there to be killed, to be slaughtered.
Wait, so you're saying that we, as students in Taiwan are just following whatever others are doing and then we're just doing what we're told?
Like pigs in the sty, waiting to be slaughtered.
It can't be that bad. That is why we have invited guests from 3 different countries and they also teach on the AmazingTalker platform.
Ladies first.
Ladies first.
Okay. 大家好，我叫瑞雪。 Or in English, Rachel. I come from Italy. I'm already in Taiwan for 4 years, but I've first done my university in Italy.
所以你在 AmazingTalker 上面是教
意大利文，用中文教意大利文。
很酷哦。And then
大家好，我是 Luis， 来自尼加拉瓜。那我来台湾15年了。I studied college in Taiwan, and then I studied a master degree in Taiwan too. So I've been teaching Spanish.
太多元了吧，我们这节目非常好，下一个一定又会来个不一样的语言吧。
My name is Jack. I was born in South Africa, and my dad's from the UK, so I've got dual nationality. I went to school in both countries, came to Taiwan about 10 years ago. Have been an English teacher since then. Unfortunately, that's the only language.
So we just go straight into
Without further ado,
the main theme, right?
Yes.
So education.
How about this? Before anything else, let's just vote. If you feel that Taiwanese educational system is better, please raise your hand. Whoa. Okay. If you feel like wherever you've studied, like abroad, the education systems are better, please raise your hand.
I mean, yeah.
There is no comparison now. In the UK, I was encouraged to talk, to discuss, to give opinions, even when my opinion was so embarrassingly moronic. I was still encouraged and compared alongside with the opinions of those brilliant classmates. So I got huge improvements from that. It was freedom through and through.
Can we just be very specific? What's not so good about the educational system?
So I had many kids and then young students. They will spend a long time on school and then books. And I also perceive that maybe from parents and then people around them, they will not push them to develop other skills. So for example, I want to become a dancer. Maybe this stuff will be taken as, that is not possible. I'm talking in Taiwan. But in Italy it's completely different because we will never be judged as a failure for our society. I can talk about my personal experience. When I had to go to university, in my idea there were 2 options. One, become a vet, and the second one, study languages, foreign languages. But nobody never told me oh, you need to become a vet. That's the only possibility for you. When I then decided to go to a language university in Italy, I was considered as good as a vet student. Maybe we can say it is more strict in Taiwan and you have less options.
Yes, as soon as people know that I dropped out of medical school to pursue Shakespearean, all of them in unison, yes, they will ask in unison, why have you regretted that decision? Every single one
I'm in full agreement with what the two of you just mentioned. Similar situation in my country. I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I took an aptitude test when I went to university. And they were like, okay, engineering or political science or journalism. But there was no huge pressure from my family or from society. From what I've seen from my students, and especially if you ask them a question that's maybe outside of a textbook, the face goes blank. It's like
I felt that they were focused on get the best grade from that test instead of like developing the critical thinking or like your personal idea.
Critical thinking. What is that? What questions when you ask the students and they go blank?
questions that are related to current events, news, geography, what's happening outside of Taiwan, things that they wouldn't study at school.
And most of them I used to, the teacher give them the answer instead of them looking for the answer.
The Asian people, as a rule, we don't like to be different. We all have the experience of asking students for opinions. I think the reason why they are waiting for the teacher's correct or standardized answer is that they don't want to have their opinion. They think it is dangerous. They don't want to expose themselves.
And then they are so eager to be conceived as good students. So they want to give good and nice answers.
Yeah, but for example, so when the students came to practice the oral part, and when I asked them some questions about their daily routines of what do you do today? Nothing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But what did you do last week?
Nothing.
I got the feeling, I don't know if you guys agree, the Taiwanese students will only open their mouths to talk if they think what they say can benefit the society as a whole. Especially when I'm teaching writing, you see, 他们一定要哇社会国家有好处的东西，他才会讲。
That's why they want to be, seen nice ones, hardworking ones. But so, do you feel that students or the younger ones in Taiwan are actually suffering from a lot of pressure?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so people or students in Asia, not just in Taiwan, have you ever heard like students committing suicide because of the academic pressure? Do you see those like cases happening that often in your own country?
No, in my country, no.
No, never?
I'm sure it happens a little, but if there's suicide, it's probably not from academic pressure, probably some other kind of social pressure, maybe bullying or something like that.
The same, like I don't know about like the situation right now. I mean, if there is like a scientific research about this, but mainly the reason for like committing suicide is bullying or like when they go to university, maybe they have other pressure from the outside, but it's not related to like education systems.
The Americans are very special in this regard. They don't kill themselves, they kill others.
Alright. You mentioned that high school students have white hair, but it turns black again after graduation?
Yeah, I don't know if you have seen that, but I've seen high school students because the study pressure. You can see white hair, not all the hair, but some. But when they enter to the university, you can see the hair is normal. So I think that's because they study too much.
Notice that. 有这么可怜哦.
Actually, it can be like they can see this stuff like a trauma, so it can develop as a physical kind of like reaction to this stuff.
Maybe. 这种 trauma 在大人的学生身上也很明显。They may be very confident managers, but as soon as you ask them to speak English, they'll be so afraid.
Because English is a subject to them. It's not a language, it's a subject.
So you see, we have been talking for about an hour. There isn't one good thing about Taiwanese education that is on the table.
Well, 我是台湾人，我觉得 if I have to say, not if, when when I have to say one good thing about Taiwanese education, yeah, good resource. What else?
What else? As I said, it's better than but we cannot take my country because my country is 第三世界落后国家，所以不能来比较。Taiwanese education, what you learn is better than in my country. But the system, what we've been talking about, the parents and the society, I think that's need to change.
But it is changing, I think. It is, slowly, gradually, but it is.
Well, let me see. I have been looking at this system for more than 40 years. And every time they want to make a change, what they do is put more tests. Let's improve our students' listening ability. More tests. Let's improve their diverse activities. More tests on those activities.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Back in our times, there was only one university entrance exam. People started complaining about, oh, that's too much pressure because one test defines where you will go. Okay, so what they do is they change it to 2 tests. So yeah, it's worse. It's truly surprising to hear that in Italy, if you're not happy with the results of your university exams, you can take it as many times as you want.
Yeah, yes, exactly. If you don't feel that, for example, that day the teacher gave you 25, you feel like, oh, I'm not satisfied with that one. I think I can do better. I can just refuse it, and then next time go back to the exam and retake it. I did. I rejected a lot of marks that I was not happy with that, because sometimes I think that when you have to take an exam, maybe you are not in your best
situation.
So maybe you're not feeling well, or like on that day you have that kind of problem, so they give us another opportunity.
Actually, I want to ask you questions about the culture of learning. Louise was saying that the resources are nice in Taiwan, but it is kind of like spoon feeding. Even at the level of master's degree, I think you still have mostly lectures, yes?
Yeah, we have.
Cramming the theories into
theories, concepts. For example, if we have a class like stocks, but only concepts. So if I want to invest, I don't know how to do it.
So you studied in Taiwan, right?
Yeah, in Taiwan,
and then were your classmates mainly Taiwanese?
Most of them, were Taiwanese. And there were 3 foreigner students.
So did you get looks when you asked too many questions in class? Like, and they'll be like, do that after the class.
The Taiwanese students used to look at us like, again?
又来，你还问啊？有完没完？那种感觉。
They will say, 不要浪费大家的时间嘛。
哦，对对对，会有
真的
这种东西。
我也有学生在上课的时候也会说啊，可以问问题吗？没有 I ask them to keep asking questions.
Now you're all teaching in Taiwan. Can we at least try to be nice and then say one good thing
about the Taiwanese education?
Just not you. I'm not asking you though. I know you have nothing to say.
I have one thing.
我真的很喜欢。
我也是耶，尤其是用1万名全球家教、100万名学生来讲最大的这一条，真的好棒耶！
先上1堂体验课，再决定购买课程。上课的时间啊、地点、内容都能自己选择，这部分也好喜欢。
还有 AI 配对，帮你找到最适合的老师，怎么这么赞呢？
而且什么学科都找得到，像是数学、国文、化学，都有专业老师提供客制化的课程，好喜欢
！AmazingTalker 真的是太喜欢了！
点击留言还能领取限时300元折价券，到底为什么这么赞呢？
好喜欢哦！
真的好喜欢。
I have one thing. The young female teachers.
好了，不要吵。
Very inspiring.
All right, so
I think a great thing about Taiwan is that there's respect for authority, respect for elders. You know, things are in a structured
teachers
way.
as well, right?
Yeah, it's respect for teachers. When I was in the UK, kids wouldn't really get punished that much. I remember one day some kids decided to climb into one of the classrooms during break time and set some of the books on fire. You know? After that, they were like, "Oh yeah, this guy was seen doing it," and he's like, "How do you know it was me?" And they were like, "Well, witnesses said it was a very large ginger boy," and he was like, "That's discrimination."
So respect for teachers.
I fully agree with that. So I also see students and parents very respectful to me when I teach to them.
我们都会老师，然后连那个
辛苦了，
对，辛苦了，老师这边呢？没有吗 ？OK， 但是很多人说，很多公司 they love hiring Asian employees because they tend to work harder.
And the slave.
I don't know if that is true, but
it is, yeah, definitely. For us, like Asian are seen as unstoppable workers, like 24 hours. But for Italians, this doesn't work because they have to take a rest, they have to take coffee. Holidays are holidays.
其实就连在我记得意大利也好，很多西方国家都这样。The dinner alone will take you like
3 hours.
For us, it's like 15 minutes. because we have to go back to study.
I had a Taiwanese friend in school in South Africa. We used to invite him out on the weekends, and he would never come. He'd be like, sorry guys, I'm studying. It's impressive that he brought that work ethic with him.
Even in South Africa.
Even in South
When people are supposed to be chilling.
Yeah.
对，这个就是很像亚洲味，你知道，跟亚洲混那个。
我也是的，到现在还是有。Even when I'm going scuba diving, I will be carrying my laptop and just do a few lessons.
See? Slave.
PTSD.
Okay.
Right?
我们刚刚有提到好多个亚洲教育的 stereotype， 我们现在来学一下他们的英文吧。第一个太恐怖了，什么是 shame-based education？
For instance, if you get an 80 out of 100, you are a disgrace to not only your family, but your city, your society, your community.
第二个死记硬背。
这个我没有听过
I've never heard of it. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, rote learning, just memorizing stuff, parrot fashion, just line by line. Not understanding the concepts, just memorizing it.
So it's a bit like 我们说的那种填鸭式 So rote learning. 下一个更可怕了 Fear-based teaching. 你如果没有考上，你一辈子就会完蛋。
我爸就是这样子威胁我的。When I was little, because my parents are Indonesian, so my father threatened me. If I didn't get myself into a medical school, I will be sent back to Indonesia to be a farmer.
Okay, that's a
To be a farmer.
that's a little bit harsh. Farmers are fine.
No, yeah, of course. But 你这样，那个时候多可怕，被这样威胁，十几岁而已。
对啦。If one day, when, or if you have children, because you're all living in Taiwan now, would you rather take them back to where you're from for their education, or would you stay here and then make them receive Taiwanese education?
As for elementary school, at least if I stay in Taiwan, of course they will be staying here. But when it comes to university, they have to be free of deciding what they want to do.
Okay.
They want to stay in Taiwan, all right. They want to go in Italy, okay.
I will prefer for them to study in international school.
But in Taiwan?
In Taiwan, yes, in Taiwan. Because I think most of the students, what they learn in elementary school is you won't use when you go to the society. For example, you learn history or geography. That things I think I can teach as a parent by myself to him or to her. Yeah, I think in the school they need to learn how to develop your thinking. Yeah, I think I will prefer international school.
Looks like we're all on the same page. I think I will still take Taiwanese school. I'm just very comfortable in Taiwan. I think it's a great place to live. It's very safe. The benefits outweigh the cons. So yeah, even if my kid had a lot of academic pressure, when they come home, that's our safe space. You know, don't worry, there's more to life than just school and grades. Try to teach that to them.
When you have a kid then, what do you do?
International school all the way.
In Taiwan, right?
Yeah, because the environment, like Jack just said, is much safer than you see in America.
I know.
Like in Taiwan, at least your very depressed classmate will just go quietly.
Yeah. That's bad.
Into the night. I'm quoting.
真的，真的。
One very, very good thing about the Taiwanese education system. I have to be grateful. I have to remind myself to be grateful. If you do not suck so much, I won't be rich by teaching English. If you have done your job, I would have been out of job.
神经病。好的。
Forever grateful.
好的。各位观众，你们如果有在国外读过书的话，或者说你自己很向往国外的话，或是你在台湾也觉得过得很好啊，没什么不好啊，你们都可以留下你们意见，我们来讨论看看咯。
以下开放来吵架，来。
好，谢谢你们来上我们的 AmazingTalker Show。Thank you。 不敢相信，
我们合开的雅思高校冲刺班开始招生了。
你可以呢从中体验到学习英文的乐趣，还有挑战。
想要一次雅思就7.0以上吗？
需要2个月密集练习官方考试教材，
而且还有我提供的写作的模板 ，Sandra 客制化口说风格，
还有独家解题秘诀，
直接压缩1半阅读时间。
分数呢直接从3到4分跳到6到7分是有可能的。赶快按下方链接领取免费体验券，
直接来跟我们对话，让我们亲自告诉你什么叫做高级的秘诀。补习班我们自己讲 cram score。你们来台湾之前有听过 cram score 这个讲法吗
Nope.
No, right?
但是在美国 ，in the States, there are cram schools in Asian communities.
Oh, yes, indeed. We bring our cultures everywhere.